Greetings everyone. Hello to all the mystics and dreamers out there. I wanted to do a tarot reading today. Yesterday my theme was 444 because I chose 4 cards from each tarot deck, and today I'm going to do 333, and maybe it'll be a little shorter or maybe it'll be just as long if we get some good cards. And this is for inspiration only because I'm just offering some fun interpretations of the tarot cards, and I'm just seeing what comes to mind in kind of a more casual way than some people might read the tarot. I'm just trying to put some positive energy out there. I've gotten so much from different people's YouTube videos because they have a lot of positive energy and it's just really inspiring, so I decided to offer some of my own, mostly just for fun and just to see what happens. Okay, so the tarot decks I'm using are the same as yesterday. They are the Chrysalis Tarot. Oh, another thing I was going to say is that apologies for the lighting because it's in the evening now instead of during the daylight hours like usual. And then the Paulina Tarot and the colorful Animal Wisdom Tarot. Okay, let's see. I drew the cards after I shuffled, but I have not turn them over yet, so let's see what happens. Hope we don't get any cards that are that negative or depressing, but if we do, we'll just make the most of it. Okay, the first card is Wheel of Fortune. Whoa, it's kind of like a still life here of different objects. There's a goddess statue, kind of a smoldering fire, and the wheel that represents the Wheel of Fortune, I assume, and a really old tree. And there's some overgrown area where there's like ferns with the greenery there. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. I would say this reminds me of things that have been left undone for a while. Like going back and, for instance, if this was your garden right here, it's getting a little bit overgrown and it's kind of, not everything has been taken care of for a while. So I think, based purely on the picture, not really on the Wheel of Fortune idea itself, I would say that this is about taking some time to balance out the chaos with a little bit of order. And that can be fun. That can be really cool elements of just some fun new activities in your day, or reading a good new book or something like that. Just carving out some time for meditation or whatever that means to you. I wanted to add also that I'm going to be doing some book reviews. I keep promising, but then I keep reading all this different stuff, so I haven't focused on a specific book for a book review yet, but have some good ideas, so I'm looking forward to that. And that might be a little bit more methodical than these casual tarot readings, but maybe not. We'll have to see. Oh wow, and then this card is the Star. This is really pretty. This reminds me of a gift. It looks like there's an angel or a goddess who is leaning over and giving the gift of a star to these colorful horses that are down there. It reminds me of adding something whimsical to your day. For instance, instead of it's like the balance, right? Like, and this one is about things getting a little bit overgrown and needing to take care of it, and this one is about the gift of something more whimsical. So it's almost like there's this constant balance in life where we're too hard on ourselves, or like we're too critical of ourselves, but then on the other end of the spectrum we let bad habits rule our lives when we don't have to. So, I don't know, it's definitely a balance. That's been a big word for me recently in a positive sense. The third card is Nine of Spirals. This is kind of like the winds of change to me, because it seems like there's this personified wind element here with the spirals or the gusts of wind. And it's almost like there's a lot of different choices. Like the wind blows up and you see 9 different spiral paths that are possible. And that's really exciting to me. Having lots of choices is really exciting, I think. Okay, so those are all positive. Those are the first 3 from the Chrysalis Tarot. Now we're going to move on to the Paulina Tarot. Oh, wow. Okay, I was hoping there would be no depressing cards, but this one's a little bit depressing. It's the 8 of Swords, and things are really overgrown in this card. She's like, her arms are bound by these vines, and it looks like she has a blindfold on, even though it looks like it's kind of slipping off. And even the swords are overgrown in these vines that are like taking over. So I think this means you need to cut away some old things that don't really have a place in your life anymore. Oh, this card is the Queen of Cups. That's really pretty. I love the artistry in this drawing. There's even like an environment and a scene in the folds of her dress. You see this, the Queen of Cups is there, and then there are these fish flying out of the lake. Like that, I would never have thought of that. It's really creative to me. Usually the cup suit is about emotions, I think. The Queen of Cups. When I think of a queen, I think of someone who's elegant and has a way of knowing her own mind, like definitely thinking for herself about everything. She's not relying on anyone else to tell her what to do. And then these flying fish really stand out to me. The flying fish, it's almost like, okay, I would say that the flying fish mean that there's like, things are a little bit topsy-turvy, for instance. Like, you would not expect the fish to fly out of the lake like they're doing here. So it's almost like you think everything's really orderly and you think you know the way everything goes, but things are a little bit more topsy-turvy than you could have imagined. But it's not that bad. It's not like it's confusing or disorienting. It's a positive element to life, that things are a little bit more topsy-turvy or a little bit more imaginative than you might have thought. And imagination is a big word for me right now. Like, I really spending a lot of time thinking about imagination and ways that imagination and new ideas and thinking for yourself can have a positive influence on your life. I haven't come to that many conclusions yet. I'm still kind of like in the fun stage of just like exploring ideas, but it's been a lot of fun. Okay, I thought this card was going to come up just because I didn't want anything depressing or annoying. Okay, so it's the Devil card. Okay, here's what I think about this. I think everything is the way we define it. So obviously, especially in like a Christian culture, the devil is like really negative and nasty, and it's like symbolizes all the things we don't like, or all the things we consider evil. And obviously that's true from that viewpoint, but I think it's like, to me, I read this description somewhere online that was, I don't know, it was more about like there are different ways to define things, like I was saying. I'm going to have to write a blog post more about this because it takes a couple of steps to explain it, but I feel like if you try to put everything that you consider evil onto one symbol, such as the devil, then obviously that's going to be like incredibly negative and incredibly overwhelming and imposing. This, like, you've created this awful symbol basically of negativity and evil. So I don't really have any place for it in my worldview. So that's the main bottom line with that. Just in terms of the picture, I would say this lady is not in good company, right? She needs to break free and find some better company in terms of the picture. But in terms of the symbol, I don't really have any time for that. Okay, now I'm moving on to the Animal Wisdom Tarot. And the first card is Crab, which is 4 of shells. And this is funny because I am living in Maryland, and one of our symbols in Maryland is the crab because of the Chesapeake Bay and everything. So that's kind of funny. So, seems a little bit appropriate. It looks like this is like a hermit crab, and the hermit crab is looking for a new shell. So, that's cool. It's about exploring new ideas and new environments. Second card is, a salamander, 2 of branches. And I like the way that they incorporated the yin and yang sign at the end of the branches in the art. And there's like a setting sun, I guess, in the background. The thing that comes to mind for this card is the fact that lizards and salamanders we consider kind of like almost like insects. They're kind of like little critters that we don't, unless you really like having them as pets or something, as a lizard or something. It's kind of like a little creature in the environment that we don't spend that much time thinking about, or at least I don't. But to me, this is kind of saying that the salamander has his view of the world too, and it might be a perfectly nice view of the world as represented by the yin and yang signs there. So I think this is about not underestimating people. If we're going to use this as a metaphor, like don't be arrogant and don't underestimate others, and don't project anything else onto other people, because there could be a lot of wisdom in unexpected places. That's what I would say about that one. The last card is the bat. It's called Master of Suspension. Whoa. This is cool. And I don't know what card this is traditionally. It says it's card 12. That's okay, I'm still learning. Just if I was going to focus on the image, it's kind of like a vampire, especially the way they've drawn the bat. And then there's a silhouette of a tree there. And it's almost like, I don't know if this is a moon behind the bat, or it's almost like the bat has a halo around him. And I would say the same thing about this card as I did about the last card, about the salamander. I would say don't underestimate anyone or anything in your life, and have like good ideals to live up to, not in a way that is repressive or restrictive, but live up to your ideals in the way you want to, and then hold out the best for other people, just in terms of like your expectations, or like for instance, you might be intimidated by this bat because it's a little scary looking, but who knows, you have to maybe there are hidden depths to this creature. And once again, it's kind of to me about defining things in different ways. Like you start with a blank canvas, and then as soon as you set some boundaries and set some definitions, you are defining life in different ways, and that's going to affect your experience. That's interesting to me right now, those ideas. One more thing I was going to say about this. Maybe that was all. I was just thinking about, well, I was kind of thinking about the symbolism, I guess, between the vampire bat type deal, and then the devil card. In both cases, I feel like there are the traditional definitions that are pretty negative, and then you get to decide how you want to define different symbols in your own life. Yeah. Okay. It would be fun to kind of conclude with like a meditation or something, but I don't have anything prepared, so maybe that's something I can think of for the future. Doing some kind of guided meditation, because I really enjoy those. Yeah, so mostly positive cards, or mostly cards with like some fun imagery, and then some cards thrown in there that make us question things and make us question kind of what we're intimidated by in life and what's overwhelming to us and how we want to define different symbols in life. Great, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.